Years of lobbying by Niue Fisheries has finally paid off as Niue takes the lead in the Pacific with wahoo tagging research carried out on the island this week. The wahoo, or whaala, as known by locals, is a species of interest to Niue, not only for a food source but other opportunities in the adventure tourism sector such as sports fishing. The wahoo research project is most likely to be the first of its kind in the region.
It's first, I think, in the Pacific for wahoo species. Certainly the tagging equipment and the technology is very expensive, and we've been very fortunate to have the support of NOAA Fisheries and, of course, the University of Hawaii. Dr. Michael coming up here to help with that technology and the experience that he has in tagging fish, and also the providing us some capacity building in how to treat the equipment, understand and analyze the information when it starts coming back through in several months' time. And it's worked really well. Coupling that with our experience and expertise in catching wahoo here. So it's worked out really well. It is a first in the Pacific, as we understand it, and it's going to pretty much, if we get successful information back from the satellite tags, it'll set a benchmark, and hopefully it will lead to a bit more research being done here in future.
The significance of this project is that a lot of management questions deal with issues such as where do fish go, how deep do they go, are there seasonal patterns? For example, if a fish is deeper in one season and shallower in the next, and you have a longline fishery operating out there, there might be some conflict between catching too many of these species, which are really bycatch species in longline fisheries, but in domestic island fishery, it might be a target species. So it's critical to know where these fish go, because if you have any hope to manage them, you have to have some basic information about just their general movement patterns. And that extends, too, to a horizontal plane and also a vertical plane, like their depth distribution.
Niue Fisheries and a scientist from the University of Hawaii have been relying heavily on the conditions and fish to catch, which have also been quite good.
The catches have been really, I've never seen any catches like this. I'm telling Brendan, where he was telling me, it's really the wahoo capital of the world. And I've never seen catches like that, or the aggregations of wahoo like that. I consider this project really just like, as I mentioned before, kind of bridging their request for information and our expertise in the tagging. The tag is very sophisticated. It's about $5,000 US each tag. The tag can save itself with certain fail-safe mechanisms. For example, when you attach the tag to the animal, it immediately starts to archive depth, temperature, and from ambient light levels that the tag collects, we can calculate a geographic position. So we get a position each day. We get depth and temperature readings on an average of every 15 minutes. When the program mission of the tag is ready to jettison, there's an electrolytic breakaway in the nose cone of the tag. The tag will separate from the fish, jettison, float to the surface, and broadcast all the data to Argo's satellites, and from the satellites, relay it back to us on Earth. So the missions we've programmed for these tags on wahoo are anywhere from 4 months to 12 months. So we're hoping to archive actually in a past sense in a 4-month period where wahoo goes, in an 8-month period where they go, and actually we're hoping for a 12-month period. And the tag is sophisticated enough that if the animal would happen to die or get eaten by a shark or something like that, the tag will automatically jettison at 1,200 meters.
Fishery staff and a few local fishermen have also been out on the water in a practical outdoor classroom learning environment deploying the tags.
We've originally planned to tag 7, and we've met our goal. So we've already tagged 7 wahoo. They've ranged in size from about 18 to 25 kilograms. They were all in very good condition. The idea with this project wasn't to look at post-release survival. The idea was to get these fish in the best condition as possible, so we didn't have a long fight time. We used heavier lines to get them in quickly, tag them, and then release them. So we're expecting these fish to exhibit normal behavior as they would in the wild. So we don't think the tag is going to affect their behavior at all. And previous studies have documented that with other species with these type of satellite tags, that it really doesn't affect their behavior.
Dr. Michael departs the island tomorrow.